Hello and welcome to Lumen Show. Once again, here's my review for The Marvels, which is directed by Niall Costa, stars Brie Larson, Tiana Paris, and Iman Vellani, Samuel Jackson. Um, Larson, Paris, and Vellani, I think the three of them are great in this. Jackson and Kamal's family are fun, but not in it enough. Um, I think potentially there's a great villain in there. The motive's good, but poorly written, in my opinion. Um, the story of getting these bangles together, it just didn't work for me. I've had for some fun with the swapping of the characters. Totally, it didn't really work though. Um, I don't mind comedy, says, but I think what the MCU struggles with is finding a good blend for that. So a bit of a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing. If you haven't seen it, there's a bit where Kate Bishop and Beef show up during the film. The last one I didn't think was necessary though, but overall I'm going to give the Marvels a C plus. So yeah. Next up is a documentary called The Last Blockbuster, which is obviously about the last blockbuster history, a bit of a background to it. It gave me a nostalgia feel of when I was a kid and I'd go there and rent a movie. Watching it, taking it back, getting something else. I enjoyed that as a child. I thought it was quite funny as well. Felt a little long, and the Lloyd Copperty and the filmmaker was a bit pointless. But overall, I did really enjoy this. I'm going to give it a B plus. Next up is my review for The Outlaws, which is directed by Tal Spinell and stars um, Adam Devine, Peter Brosnan, Nina Dobrev, and Ellen Barkin. A lot of people in this, including Little Harry, Michael Rooker. Um, I thought this was very enjoyable. Everyone's committed to the role. It is rushed, and but I did really enjoy this more than I thought I would. It was super funny. Um, Surprisingly, it's getting a B plus. Next up is my review for Agent Game, which stars um, Mel Gibson and Damon Mulroney, Jason Isaacs, and Barker Abdi. I think Barker Abdi was really good in this. Spoiler alert, he was killed off far too soon. Apologise. I think Isaac Gibson is the good, but the wasted and amateurly it was very poorly written and directed. So I'm going to give it overall, unfortunately, a D minus. Next up is my review for Anatomy of a Fall, which stars Sandra Huller. I thought this was well written and directed. It was very intriguing where they go with the story. The acting was really good as well, just a little too long, but I'm going to give it a B plus. Next up is my review for Hidden Strike, which is directed by Scott Watt, and it stars apparently John Cena, and also Jackie Chan, who both were great here. Um, it really looked fake. Didn't know what the plot was, just didn't work at all. But the two main performances from Cena and Chan are enough to make it somewhat bearable. So I'm going to give it a C minus. Next up is my review for Your Christmas or Man, which stars H. Busfield and Daniel Mays, Angela Griffin. I thought it was a very charming, little too overlying cliches, but the humour and overall atmosphere made me enjoy it. So overall, I'm going to give it a B minus. Next up is my review for Thanksgiving, which is directed by Eli Roth and stars Patrick Dempsey and some other people as well. I thought the kills were great, quite funny in parts as well. Wasn't really good screenplay, but it wasn't obvious who the killer was, so I'm going to give a bonus point for that. And I did really enjoy it, so overall, I'm going to give Thanksgiving a B. Next up is my review for the Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, which directed by Francis Lawrence, stars Rachel Ziegler, um, Peter Dinklage. Um, I thought as a screenplay was quite poor. Some sort of acting in this. I thought Snow was poorly written in this. It's just far too long. It just kept going. Should have ended with the games. It didn't, and it just lost me by the end. So, as a big fan of this franchise, I was bitterly disappointed, and I'm giving it a C minus. Next up is Saltburn, which was by Emerald Fennell, and it stars Jacob Elordi, Barry Keoghan, Rosamund Pike, Richard E. Grant is in this. Um, Very well written and directed by Emerald Fennell, who did a great job of Promising Young Woman. The twist was great. I won't say what that was. Little bizarre, which was not necessarily a bad thing. The acting here was great across the board. Everyone was just brought the right game. And I had a really good soundtrack as well. So I am going to give Saltburn an A plus. Next up is my review for Best Christmas Ever, which stars Jason Biggs, um, Heather Graham, and Brandon Norwood. It was quite amateurish with its direction and writing. Just felt like a hallmark Christmas movie, but it did have a bit of a charm. So I'm going to give this D plus. So let me know if you've seen any of these movies. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button. Until next time, take care.